Hello, I hope y'all are having a great day. It's February 4th, and today I'm back, of course. Today I'm going to be talking about, going to be looking at what we still have ongoing with this, or with what was our significant winter storm, which it still is fairly significant because we're still seeing significant impacts for a big portion of the country. I'm going to be looking at that. Also, going to be looking at what happened yesterday with severe weather because we did see a pretty active day yesterday for severe weather. Several tornadoes. And I'm going to be looking at kind of the long term as we go into like mid February, kind of that time frame. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. But let's go ahead and just get right in. So these are our storm reports from yesterday. We can see we had 4 tornado reports in kind of central and central, like south. I mean, like let's just say central Alabama. I know we had 3 EF2s and we had 1 death, and that was in Sawyerville, Alabama, where I know for sure we had mobile home shifted off its foundation, Highway 14, yesterday. So, I mean, yesterday was not definitely yesterday verified. We had 8 injuries and 1 death. That's not good at all. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, so hopefully we won't be seeing any more severe weather for a little bit here. Yeah, so I guess let's switch topics here. Away from the severe weather side of things, or from what happened yesterday with severe weather, which I'll try and get some ratings of the tornadoes probably tomorrow or Sunday, whenever I do or whenever I do the next video. I'll try and get some ratings because right now they're still preliminary. We can see right now in the New York City area that we do have some snow showers, maybe even some like moderate snow moving across areas of Long Island there. Let's get MPing reports on here just so we can see. And he has some reports of snow here. So I mean, I'd bet it is probably snowing with this in areas like Freeport, Long Island, or Freeport, New York, I guess, Farmingdale, out towards Northport, maybe even New York City as well. We do have some reports of like a glaze up to around 10th of an inch of freezing rain accumulation in that area. A lot of higher freezing rain accumulation, though, just to the north, though. Switch over to Boston, the Boston radar here, and see what we have going on. I guess this area is starting to mainly switch over to snow, which we can see. I mean, radar is picking up just sleet in areas like Providence, East Greenwich, down right to the south of Boston, like areas like Quincy, Randolph. Just areas that got affected by the significant winter storm last Saturday. Maybe likely some like brief snow in some areas as well. Not really any like significant accumulations or anything. And we also had a ton of sleet though in Massachusetts. I know. I mean, look at that, 2 inches of sleet measured. That's in southern New Hampshire though. So yeah, let's move up to Portland now and just see what we have going on in that area. We did some pretty significant accumulations around. I mean, good. I mean, around a foot most areas. Up in like northern New York, central northern Vermont, central northern New Hampshire, and then like into areas of Maine. I guess we still have some good snow. Moving through Augusta, Maine, down there towards Gardiner. I mean, I don't know how to say that. Sorry. Up towards Bangor, and yeah. The last radar we'll look at is just Caribou, and just see what we have going on still. Further, a little bit further north here. Yeah, and still see we do have some snow around. So yeah, that's that. I mean, a good bit of the precip is now moved out. We still have the effects we still have some significant effects on the backside of this. Let's see. Do we have on pivotal weather here? Do we have the? Can we take a look at this? This goes until 7 p.m. today. Okay. Let's get a 48-hour snowfall here and just see what we got. Kind of estimated by radar here. We'll do 72 because that'll make it a bit more bit more accurate. So we can see areas. I mean, I know Dallas, Fort Worth got about 2 inches of snow, 1.5 to like two, maybe 2.5 in some localized areas. But higher accumulations a little bit to the west, maybe up to around, I mean, a half foot indicated on pivotal weather here. Which I mean, this is from. Okay, so well, this is. I mean, pivotal weather doesn't do this. Pivotal weather does not do this. Just do this themselves. So I don't know why I'm saying pivotal weather, but you can see Oklahoma City, good bit of snow. Tulsa, like Fort Smith, a good bit as well. Let's move a little bit further to the north here. Let's move it to the Midwest. If this would work, we can see. Yeah, we can see some of these might be a little bit kind of on the wrong side because we did see a little bit of snow further northwest, kind of initially. This started at I mean, it would have started at Tuesday, maybe not, maybe not. But you can see areas like Peoria, down to the south of Peoria, down towards like more like Springfield, a good foot. Over in Indiana, a good foot. Cleveland, Ohio, a good foot as well. Even areas in Michigan, a lot, like a foot of snow as well. So I mean, it's just pretty much just winter storm dropped widespread snow of like 1 foot or more, slightly more. We can see areas like Erie, PA, Youngstown, Ohio, into New York, Buffalo, like Rochester. Albany's kind of like on that gradient here. We can see like areas to the south of Albany got like not a lot of snow at all. Areas to the north of town got a lot. We can see areas like Burlington. I mean, likely even maybe even some accumulation up to around 1.5 foot in areas in New Hampshire. So, I mean, very, very significant here. Very widespread. That was really what the big deal was with this whole storm system here. Is just how widespread it is. Look at that. I mean, you don't see snowfall accumulations this widespread. I mean, that often. It's such a clear. It's such a clear storm track too. You can just tell exactly where the storm went. We had severe weather. I mean, not really severe weather for that whole area. We had severe weather in like this area. Thunderstorms generally though for a good bit of the southeast. So very interesting. Also, we had an ice event, really in the middle of this area here, or kind of on like the lower side. For like, we had a lot of ice near it in kind of these areas. So very impactful winter storm. But let's shift away from that for now, and look at the long-term pattern here. So let's go to the GEFS here, because that's what I like to use generally for long-term. Now also, I mean, but even back in, pretty sure the first time I started like talking about this potential warm-up was back in like at the beginning of, it's about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's been a while I've been talking about. It's not really 2 weeks. I think it was like a week and a half ago. Because you could pick up on the trends, but you don't, I mean, of course, like a week and a half out there, you aren't going to be able to like identify, oh, we're going to be seeing snow for like this area, or no, you're not going to be able to do that. But you can say like, I mean, you can pretty much pick up on the pattern, like, and what, I don't even remember what I did, but you can like pick up on the pattern and kind of just see like which areas could be getting like, it's kind of hard to like speak of here, but maybe there'll be a good example here where I can actually talk about it. What I like to look at is just 500 millibar height anomalies here. And let's get the loop here. And like, okay, so pretty much like a couple weeks ago, or probably not a couple weeks ago, but like a week and a half ago, the GEFS and I think a few other models were starting to hint at like a pretty significant ridge for the east. Pretty big pattern change considering the east was very cold before that. And I mean, that's kind of like the start of what this whole storm system was kind of doing here. And the ridge was kind of similar to this, like, I mean, not exactly like that, but it's kind of like went up like this. And I mean, it kind of gave you a pretty good idea of like what the storm track would be looking at a week and a half out. But I mean, of course, a week and a half out though, I mean, you don't really want to pick up on storm tracks. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point, but I'm just gonna stop talking about this. But this is pretty much how I like to pick up on trends. We can see this is Wednesday. I mean, we have that Wednesday next week. We can see we generally have a ridge in the west, a trough in the east. Not really far out though, so we can look at other details other than just this. This is really up for after like probably 180 hours out, which we can see like this is a good example of what we could be looking at next Saturday here. We can go ahead and lock it on hour 192 here. And we can see we have a ridge in the west, a trough in the east. So we could likely expect above average temperatures in the west, below average temperatures in the east, and kind of the middle of the country with not a whole lot of activity. And also, this is not a good pattern for severe weather, so you kind of pick up on that. I mean, any severe weather would be really like local events across like really the Gulf Coast. With a type of event that looks like this. We can also take a look at other ensembles here, like the EPS for like forecast hour 192. This is next weekend. We can see it also picks up on that general pattern, but also this. I mean, this isn't really too far out though. This isn't like this isn't really in that like really long range. I mean, we have really good model confidence with that too. The next week we're going to be looking at that. We can see we can take a look at like, I mean this is really the middle of February here, February 15th through the evening of the 15th. I mean a relatively like zonal pattern kind of. We have a a really unorganized upper level system across the southwest there. We see those a lot. Kind of a trough still across the east. But let's lock it at hour 270 here. I think the EPS, okay, that does not go out far enough. Okay. I mean, so when you get like past like hour 250 though, you really don't want to look at it. But it's a bit harder because you don't really have other ensembles to really compare it to, or other models really to compare it to as well. But I mean, generally, it does look like we're going into a little bit of a quieter pattern, which is good because, I mean, for a good bit here, it's been chaotic with everything. Let me get back to the actual GFS here and just kind of take a look at what storm systems it indicates. Which, I mean, we can see really for the good majority of the run here, if this would load, it's just taking its time. I mean, we can see not a whole lot of it. We can see next weekend, pretty quiet. I mean, of course, though, you do have some exceptions. Like, I mean, everywhere is not going to be 100% quiet. We can see, like, the GFS indicates some snow in some areas. I'm not going to go into any details with that, but maybe. And then, like, a storm system. I know it's been, like, I know we've been looking at this for a while now. Now, about, around next Sunday and Monday. Lock it at hour 222 here. We could be looking at another cool down, some kind of storm system bringing a cool down to the central and the eastern U.S. here. We can take a look at other models. Let's take a look at the European at this though. This really looks like our next, I mean, I guess really threat here, but the Euro does not really show much. So I mean, not a lot of confidence with this already, but be interesting to see what happens. If the GFS just completely goes away with it, or the Euro starts to show it. We'll have to see. But yeah, sorry if I had these speaking problems in today's video. I mean, some nights I just can't speak well. I don't know why. Completely my fault though. But thank you for watching though. I mean, I appreciate it. Hope y'all have a great day tomorrow, and please be safe. And I will either be back tomorrow or Sunday. But yes, thank you for watching. Goodbye.